The Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, with funding from the World Bank, launched the Gambia Resilient, Inclusion, Skills and Equity Rise project on Wednesday. The event took place at the Sadauda Karbajawara International Conference Center in Bijilo. This 5-year multi-sectoral project aims to enhance the Gambia's human capital by improving educational quality and access, improving employment opportunities and expanding social protection for the most vulnerable population. This project has 5 components, with the first focus on improving foundational learning outcomes by building on provision successes. In his launch statement, Vice President Mohamed B.S. Jallow emphasized the importance of expanding and enhancing social safety net programs and systems. He stated that the RISE project is central to the country's development goals, particularly in addressing the challenges faced by its young population. He also highlighted that the project's focus on foundational learning and skills development is timely.
The RISE project is at the core of the development aspirations of the country to respond to current challenges faced by our youthful population. These objectives align with the Recovery-Focused National Development Plan, the YIRUA. The plan prioritizes human capital development under Pillar 4, amongst other things, to reap the demographic dividend for the country. The project's intervention in foundational learning and skills development couldn't have come at a more opportune moment. In view of His Excellency President Adama Barrow's unwavering commitment to improve the employability of our youth, the government registered considerable improvements in education. Despite the gains, the government and partners recognize that challenges remain in improving outcomes on foundational learning with significant regional variations. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, the ultimate objective of the RISE is to support the government's policy objective of reaching at least 80% of children meeting minimum learning standards. In our efforts to respond to the needs of the youthful population, the government of His Excellency President Barrow continues to strengthen the policy, regulatory and institutional arrangements to deliver technical, vocational education and training to address the skills gap in the country and increase the employability of young people.
In her welcoming remarks, the World Bank's resident representative in the Gambia, Fire Profis, praised the Gambia government for its commitment to addressing key human development challenges. She outlined the envisioned progress over the next 5 years.
It is with great enthusiasm and anticipation that we gather here today to inaugurate the Gambia RISE project, a crucial step forward in our collective efforts to build, utilize, and protect the human capital of the Gambia, paving the way for sustainable development and prosperity. I extend my heartfelt appreciation to the government of the Gambia for their unwavering commitment to this endeavor, and to all our esteemed partners for their invaluable support. 4,000 youth are expected to be engaged in the TVET, and 10,000 individuals in productive inclusion support. In 5 years, we envision a Gambia where schools are delivering high-quality foundational teaching and learning, youth have begun to obtain job-relevant skills, young entrepreneurs have a better ecosystem to help their startups thrive, and the social safety net programs support the livelihoods and resilience of the most vulnerable, ultimately providing them with the tools to lift themselves and their families out of poverty. This is a very ambitious and audacious project, and we really ask for your support in the implementation.
The Minister of Basic and Secondary Education, Honorable Hadija Tusi, delivered a keynote address on improving foundational learning in the Gambia. She emphasized the project's potential to transform the country's educational trajectory and called on stakeholders and partners to work diligently to enhance the educational system for the future of the Gambian children.
If you look at my student population, from EDC to lower upper basic schools, all the way to senior secondary schools, the total is over 800,000 students. I have over 35,000 teachers, and if you look at the staff that are in the Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, it's close to 2,000. So if you sum it all up, it's over 900,000 people. And the population of the Gambia, it's only a little bit over 2 million. So you can see the significance of my sector in this project. So we are absolutely thrilled that my sector is part of this program. Okay? The Gambia Resilience, Inclusion, Skills and Equity Project is designed, among other things, to improve the foundational learning of the students and the learners in this basic sector. Foundational learning, particularly literacy and numeracy, is the bedrock of any education system, most in particular the Gambia education system.
The Minister of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, Professor Per Gomez, highlighted the importance of increasing access to labor markets and the relevance of technical and vocational education and training programs. He stated that the project represents a pivotal step towards human advancement in the Gambia, marking a significant milestone in human capital development.
Together, let us strive to increase access to TVET programs relevant to the labor market, equipping our citizens with the skills necessary for sustainable development and prosperity. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, to achieve this noble mission and specifically address the topic of increasing access to market-relevant TVET programs, we must focus on several key areas. And for today's session, I have 7 of them. 1, developing infrastructure and facilities, which means establish TVET centers nationwide, equipped with modern infrastructure and facilities to host comprehensive training programs.
The project manager for social protection and jobs in West Africa stressed the critical need for investing in resilience at every level to help create and protect human capital.
Looking at the principle that cuts across all of the investments, all of the aspects of the project, which is a focus on systems. Any project can only take you so far. Any kind of amount of resources that you invest can only take you so far. But what is important is that when we have a project such as RISE, is that we take an approach that invests in the system, in the capability of the system to go with the times and to adapt and to build. Let me illustrate that by taking the advantage of the social registry. The social registry is essentially a database of poor and vulnerable households that allows for targeting social programs such as the NAFA program, but any other program that you would like to target. The ability to have a social registry that is reflective of the population at large, has a nationwide coverage, allows you to be able to respond to shocks and crises quickly because you know who is impacted and who needs support very quickly. So this investment in a system, which is something that we have been supporting under the Social Safety Net project that Faye was referring to, and that the RISE project will continue to support, is something that will have an impact beyond this project. It will have an impact beyond the period that we're looking at, because it reflects the ability of the system to provide support to the population.
The project focuses on boosting foundational learning from early childhood education through grade 4, expanding access to TVET aligned with labor market demands, and enhancing income generation opportunities for the poor and food insecure. Reporting for Kirfatu, I am Ramatulai Jao.